And welcome to another video. We're here back in the apartment at the shop. It was just a bit too noisy to make a video. So on this one, I'll take you through the process of our interior cleaning service. We charge $280, I believe, I could be wrong, on a minivan. It's leather seats, it has kids, debris, food. So I'll just kind of watch over the footage with you and kind of walk you through the process of what we do what, why we do what, and kind of the tools and products that we use along the way. You can check the video description below to check out any of the links that you want to anything that we use, and I'll add other links for items that we also use that aren't really pictured in here. Anyways, let's get started with the video. So as you can tell, the interior is actually very dirty. There is debris, there is food, there is cups, there is paper, there's this. Now, typically with any interior cleaning is once you remove just the main thick layer of debris, right? If there is a lot of cups or paper or, you know, crumbs or whatever, once you remove that, the interior is already gonna look at least 5 times better, right? Not that it's anything close to being done, but once you remove that big layer, it gets much easier and much more manageable. Now, typically with this much trash, we just throw it in a trash can, right? Not trash can, but a trash bag. Depending on, it kind of helps to have several bags in your van, just because you don't know if you're gonna need like a little one or a big one. So on this one, we do have like 2. It's not an actual like a 13-gallon trash bag, but it is something that it's like a 3-gallon bag that is able to fit more stuff. So we throw away the obvious trash, and anything that isn't obvious trash, we set aside. Because it's not our decision to see, it's not our decision to say, okay, yeah, that's trash, that's a personal item. We'd rather save more trash that considered personal item and let the customer remove or determine what's what, and that way we don't accidentally throw something away that's important or of value. And of course, before the detail, you can always tell your customer, hey, if you don't mind, you know, can you remove any personal items or belongings? That way we don't misplace or, you know, throw anything away on accident. We'll separate everything and we'll throw the trash away where needed, but just any personal or sensitive items, can you please remove them? Because our job is to remove the trash and to we're there to clean. But it just helps, like, if there is anything of sensitive, valuable material, can you at least remove those? That way we don't, there's no chance of us actually replacing or breaking something that you find valuable. And as you can tell, there are rubber floor mats, and this makes life much easier, especially if they're quality floor mats, whether OEM or aftermarket. And it's actually laid across all rows, and it's covering a lot of the fabric, because that means most of, if anything, of the debris or spills or food that falls is going to land on the rubber floor mat. So the carpeting is usually well protected. You have those little gaps around the interior where, the floor mat's not covering it, so those areas might be stained or need attention. But if it's a quality mat and it's covering a majority of the carpeting, that makes life much easier, because then you can just scrub and rinse the floor mats, easy, and then you just have to address those specific little stains that are on the exposed area. So when there's rubber floor mats and this interior is a leather, you already know it's going to be a very straightforward job. If it has floor mats, like a quality floor mats that are actually protecting the carpet, if it's leather seats, it's going to be a very straightforward process. Now, we are going to have 2 sets of bags, or 2 types of bags, I should say, where one bag is meant for personal items. So, whatever personal means, we'll throw in that bag. And then we have a trash bag, which is meant for trash, debris, whatever. So we do separate the 2. The personal bag goes in the front seat of the van, and then the trash bag goes in the back. That way we don't confuse the 2. And first things first, very straightforward. It's literally just removing the rubber floor mats and vacuuming. We're gonna use a air compressor, which is a 4-gallon or 4-gallon rigid air compressor, with our cleaning gun. The one that we have both a Vortex and a Tornador cleaning gun, not without the canister or whatever it's called, to blow everything out. And then we're gonna vacuum. Now we have the vacuum hose. We have the vacuum on a 33-foot hose and the air compressor on a 50-foot hose. We have a Johnny Vac vacuum. I forget the exact model number, but that thing is powerful. So for those asking, don't you lose suction with the Johnny Vac? You do, but because the Johnny Vac is so strong, that loss in power means basically nothing, because that thing still sucks pretty hard, even with 33 feet of hose length. So the vacuum is very powerful, and the air compressor is there to dislodge. So the thing with air compressors is when you're using it, it's gonna blow things everywhere, right? So it's not meant. The initial part of the vacuuming is going to get messy, right? We're going to vacuum the loose items, but the point of the air compressor is to dislodge all the debris in the fibers or in the seats or wherever it's harder to reach, and just get it loose in the air and around the interior. That way we can go and vacuum it. So yes, it's going to blow things around. It's not meant to clean it. It's just meant to blow things off around the interior, so it dislodges it, frees it from wherever it's at, and then we go and vacuum it. So this part is probably going to take a little longer than usual, just because it is quite a bit of vacuuming and such. But again, it is a minivan. It feels like, it all depends on the size and condition. Now, very important with interiors that have folding seats, that have a lot of compartments, is open everything up. You would not imagine when you think you're like, okay, we're done with the shampooing, with the vacuuming, we're done with the plastic, we just need to touch a few things up. And then you go to that one seat and you push it forward, or you move it back, or you open up a flap from behind, or you open up this one compartment and you're like, oh my goodness, there's still a bunch of debris there. Like, go get the vacuum, go get the brush, go get the steamer, and you gotta go clean that one section. And then, because you clean that, a bit more debris gets out, and then you have to vacuum that part. So make sure you're opening up all the compartments, the seats, pushing forward, backwards, reclining it, the seats and everything. Like, look everywhere to make sure you have cleaned everything, you have vacuumed everything, because you don't want to be 90% done with the interior, and then you find that one area and you're like, okay, let's go clean this up now. And as you can tell, the Johnny Vac is having no issue with the vacuuming. We also want to get a second Johnny Vac. It's the 115 unit, I believe, just so we could try out 2 different units. So that's the next one that we'll be trying out. They are quite expensive, but based on the first one that we purchased, good quality, just good material all around. And once we get the second one, we'll kind of do a compare and see which one is better. But we're going to keep both. But I just want to try a different Johnny Vac per some recommendations, just to see if that's any better for the van or for the shop. So depending on the vehicle and the condition, it might take a while to get the debris from the fabric, right? Especially depending on the type of fabric, like on, some Volkswagen, the Jettas, like that really nappy, like a thin layer of fabric. It's very difficult to really vacuum everything up there. But as one person is wrapping up the vacuuming and kind of getting the last bits of debris that might be on the interior, or just finishing up the vacuuming part, the next person starts cleaning the leather seats. Now, with this vehicle, it is very straightforward. There's not much. It's just leather and plastic. And at that point, you're not gonna pre-spray it, you're not gonna agitate, you're not gonna shampoo, you don't have to dry the seats, you don't have to pull out the extractor, you don't have to do almost anything as far as how much tools or products you need to bring out. It's very straightforward with just an APC cleaner, a couple of brushes and pads, and towels, you can literally do the entire interior. I kid you not, for all the leather seats and all the plastics, we use the scrub pad, APC, 1 or 2 brushes, and towels. That is literally it for the entire interior. That's how straightforward it is when you have leather and plastic, or a primarily leather and plastic interior. Okay, and that's gonna wrap it up right there. In less than 3 hours, I believe the entire interior was cleaned. I believe we charged $280, but I could be wrong and I looked at the wrong customer. But very straightforward. The door panels, center console, dashboard, steering wheel, leather seats, the cup holders, all that is cleaned with those same things. Just the APC, scrub pad, a few brushes, and towels. That's it. And this one, we didn't even have to really pull out the steamer because there wasn't much like dried on gunk. Now we still pulled it out on a few areas, but of course we didn't get all the footage just because we are still trying to work there. But very straightforward. That's why it's like if you're looking to start your detailing business, it's like to accomplish that you didn't need all that, right? Like you don't need that much. It's literally a vacuum, the cheapest steamer, like a McCulloch 1275, and then a few brushes and a cleaner, and you can essentially just get great results starting off with the most basic core essentials. I'll end it right here. Let me know if you have any comments, questions, concerns in the comment section down below. Check the video description to look at any of the links to the tools and products that we used here, and anything that I didn't show but we did use. I'll also link it down below. Check the look down below also for the ultimate guide to start your detailing business. It has over 10,000 words on how to start and grow your business. You can check out my podcast, the Detailing Business Class Podcast, where I talk more in depth about marketing, operations, sales, hiring, and all that good stuff. And it's also on podcast, so it sounds a lot better because it's I go in and process it and everything. Anyway, it's a much better audio experience if you want to listen to the podcast on Spotify or iTunes. And then you can also follow me on Instagram, or check out the other YouTube channels that I have, the Proper Care channel. That's where I focus on everything detailing related. So how to detail, how to clean, product reviews, all that will be found in the video box below. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I'll talk to everyone in the next one. Bye-bye.